Look East policy, more about adopting Japanese work ethic. Government not discarding Najib's Indian blueprint. Good afternoon, I'm Renee Fong on News on 2. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is convinced that Malaysia will be successful like Japan, provided that Malaysians possess the same Japanese work ethics, thinking and value systems, as well as a sense of shame if they fail to deliver or do well in undertaking whatever task at hand. The Prime Minister said when the Look East policy was first formulated when he was Prime Minister back in the 80s, it was not just about drawing investments from Japan or coming to study in this country.
I found that the reason why the Japanese succeeded in rebuilding their country, the reason lies in their work ethics, their value system. The work ethics is very important. If you have the wrong way of working, if you are laid back, you are not hardworking, you are not diligent, you don't take pride in your work, you will fail. But the Japanese, as you know, have a very strong sense of shame.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was speaking in Tokyo at a dinner with Malaysians residing or studying in Japan last night. Tun Dr. Mahathir is in the Japanese capital for a 3-day working visit that includes attending the 24th International Conference on the Future of Asia, or Nikkei conference. This is his first trip overseas after becoming the 7th Prime Minister last month following a stunning election victory. The Prime Minister also shared with some 250 people present at the dinner about what the government was doing to rehabilitate Malaysia from the damage inflicted by the previous government, including saddling the nation with debt of some 1 trillion ringgit. On a separate development, Tun Dr. Mahathir said he appreciated the gesture by Malaysians to help the government reduce the debt level via the special fund set up for the purpose. He noted that the government would do its best to resolve the financial situation without hurting the country, adding that it would take some time to put everything in order, as it would not be an easy task.
It's not on our urging. They, on their own, decided they should help the government by donating money to the government. And within 1 day, we collected $7 million. Now, voluntarily coming from the public, without any urging by us. By now, we have more than 40 million. Of course, 40 million is not very big. When you have to pay debts of 1 trillion, 40 billion is nothing. But the gesture is much appreciated.
Tun Dr. Mahathir also underlined that efforts to eradicate graft was a priority of the Pakatan Harapan government. The government will review and make any necessary changes on the implementation of the Malaysian Indian Blueprint MIB, which was introduced by the previous government. Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran said the ministry would study the initiatives outlined in the MIB to ensure the B40 target group received the benefits.
Yang mereka ada Indian Blueprint kan? They have the Indian Blueprint. Actually, the Indian Blueprint is nothing very great lah. If you go and see my speech I made in 1999, it's more about Indian Blueprint. The Indian Blueprint came 17 years later after what I spoke. I've told that to MIC many times. But that MIC blueprint, we're not going to throw in the drain.
The minister told reporters after officiating an Indian Community Entrepreneur Summit at the Temple of Fine Arts building in Kuala Lumpur. The MIB was launched by former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak in April 2017, an official government document for the development of the Indian community in the country for the next 10 years. The blueprint aimed at addressing 3 different economic groups: the bottom 40 B40, the middle 40 M40, and the top 20 T20 of the community. Under the plan, 500 million ringgit fund has been allocated for an investment scheme under Permodalan Nasional Berhad PNB, specifically to inculcate that saving habit among the B40 community. Meanwhile, commenting on a separate matter, Kulasegaran urged employees to lodge a report to the Human Resources Ministry if their welfare and benefits had not been well taken care by their employers. Kulasegaran assured that every report received will be looked into and action will be taken against employers who are found guilty.
Tak perlu takut. Tolong hubungi online, you boleh hubungi, you boleh kontak kita. Tak pernah kita tidak mengambil kira masalah mereka. Bukan jaga saja siasatan, tindakan pun akan diambil supaya mengatasi masalah.
The minister was commenting on the issue of 150 SCOMI Group Berhad employees not receiving their salaries for April and May. The Education Ministry's online school examination analysis Sistem Analisis Peperiksaan Sekolah (SAPS) has been suspended due to security concerns over an alleged attack on the system. Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik, in a statement yesterday, apologized for the alarm caused by the issue, adding that he was personally looking into it. Dr. Mazli said the ministry had taken immediate action and was currently analysing the claims that were sent to them last Saturday. As a precautionary measure, the ministry had been instructed to temporarily shut down the system. At the same time, an in-depth security analysis are being conducted to identify weaknesses in the system. In the long term, Dr. Mazli said the Education Ministry would also update project management and risk management processes for all of its projects, as issues like this could not continue to occur. Dr. Mazli added that he strongly believed that public views were crucial in all matters pertaining to the ministry. In the business segment, affordable and competitive prices at farmers' markets nationwide. The Kedah State Government will submit a proposal to the federal government regarding the installation of child seats in cars in order to raise awareness among road users.
Pihak yang terlibat dalam pengeluaran child seat itu dan mereka yang terlibat dalam pengirian dan penjualan dapat memikirkan kaedah yang lebih baik, dan kita pun kerajaan mungkin boleh berbincang dengan pengeluar child seat ini ataupun mereka yang mengedarkan child seat ini supaya harga ini dapat kita rendahkan untuk menggalakkan kempen supaya mereka pengguna-pengguna jalan raya memasang child seat ini.
He told a media conference after officiating a road safety campaign in conjunction with the 2018 Kedah State Level Aidilfitri celebration at the Sungai Petani Toll Plaza South yesterday. Azman also said that the awareness campaign needs to be multiplied and diversified so that the public can get information on the correct ways to install the child seat. The prices of essentials and food items available at farmers' markets nationwide are affordable and competitive. In giving the assurance, Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry Minister Salahuddin Ayub also said that all the goods sold at 732 farmers' markets nationwide were quality items.
Yang paling penting, mampu dimiliki, mampu dibeli oleh rakyat. Dan menjelang sambutan Hari Raya Aidilfitri ini, maka skim penjimatan ini telah dilancarkan dan Pasar Tani salah satu agensi yang memberikan peranan iaitu melalui Fama supaya rakyat dapat sampai ataupun menjadikan 732 Pasar Tani ini sebagai satu destinasi untuk mereka mendapatkan barang-barang makanan yang bermutu.
He told reporters after launching the Jualan Jimat Belanja Aidilfitri campaign at the Section 13 Farmers Market in Shah Alam, Selangor. Salahuddin said the public will gain great benefits and savings as they prepare for the festive season throughout the week-long campaign, which will end on June 14th. On a related matter, Salahuddin said supply of fresh commodities are sufficient to meet increasing demands from consumers for the Aidilfitri celebration this week. 206 former workers of Padang Merah Estate in Kedah finally received the first part of 3 compensations promised by the estate's former management Hapseng Consolidated Berhad EAC after 23 years. The lawyer who represented the workers as Dana Raj said the compensation claims by the former workers who were terminated after the estate changed ownership was approved by the Kuala Lumpur High Court on April 10th. According to Dana Raj, 2 of 3 claims by the former workers were worker termination and relocation compensations, which have been approved by the court, while the compensation to build houses was still under legal proceedings involving several parties. The compensation received ranged between 1,500 ringgit to 30,000 ringgit, was based on the length of service before they were terminated. The relocation compensation will be paid within 2 years to give time for former workers who are still living in the estate to move elsewhere. The Sabah state government will work on its demand for 20% oil royalty from the federal government, in line with Parti Warisan Sabah's manifesto for the recent general election. According to Warisan Deputy President Darrell Laking, efforts are being taken by Chief Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Shafi Abdal to hold discussions with Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad over the matter.
Ketua Menteri kita telah memberikan jaminan lagi kepada warga Sabah semua bahawa beliau tidak akan tolak ansur berkenaan dengan permintaan penaikan royalti minyak kita iaitu 20% sebagai suatu tuntutan dari Sabah.
Warisan had previously described the present royalty rate as an injustice suffered by both Sabah and Sarawak, saying that the Bornean states had been deprived of what was rightfully theirs under the Malaysia Agreement 1963. It has been reported that the oil royalty issue was not discussed at a meeting held between Sabah government leaders and Tun Dr. Mahathir at the Finance Ministry's headquarters in Putrajaya last Thursday. And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is convinced that Malaysia will be successful like Japan if Malaysians possess the same work ethics and value systems. We'll be back with the evening edition of News on 2 at 7 o'clock tonight. Till then, I'm Renee Fong. Have a pleasant afternoon.